Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to The News.
So anyway, COVID-19, pandemic, not good. You can't go to the bar with your friends, social distancing, blah, bars, closed down, all that stuff. Jack's Junkyard, powered by Ripid Energy Fuel. Yeah, oh man. Anyway, Miller Beer Company knows that you're super sad that you can't go to the bar with your friends, so they've started a giveaway to provide a backyard dive bar for one lucky fan. This magical backyard dive bar features sticky floors, just like every dive bar out there. Functional taps to dispense your favorite crappy beer. If Miller sees this, they're gonna be pissed. I don't care, their beer sucks. Bar stools from 1970. Look at those in the picture. Look at those things. My grandmama had those in 1969. Alright? A popcorn machine, which is awesome. Right? Have your friends over, give them popcorn, charge them for the beer. Love it. There is a chair out front for a bouncer if your neighbors try to invade your bar and you don't want them there. That's pretty cool. They also have so much wood paneling, which really fits with the 1969 aesthetic. I'm very fond of that. Good job, guys. Yay. Super dim lighting to cover up the evidence of all your illicit deeds that you conduct in this backyard dive bar. They feature some really cool beer artwork, because whose backyard is not complete without, beer signs everywhere, right? Love it. Okay. They also feature double opening doors, right? So if you look on the image there, you see that the doors open at the bottom and the top. So you can open the top if you want to let people come into the window. You can open the bottom if you want to let people in, or you can close it all if you want to stand inside, sip beer, and flip off your neighbors. And finally, this wonderful prize also comes with a supply of beer for a year. Now, some of my friends can drink a lot of beer, so I don't know how long that supply would actually last, but that's okay. If you want to enter this contest to get this backyard dive bar, you must be 21 or older to enter, and you simply text dive bar, one word, to 90464. 90464, dive bar. You'll get a link in response to that will give you the official entry form. Yeah, nothing but basic information has to be put on that entry form, so no credit card information or anything like that. The contest is only open until September 22nd, so if you want to enter, wait until the show's over, but enter quickly, all right? Fun stuff. Now, I get really excited about things like that. The idea of having a backyard bar is very appealing to me because I like to entertain. I like to have people over to the house and, and stuff like that. I would probably build my own backyard bar because I'm pretty handy with tools. Next, let's meet some other folks who are really handy with home improvement and with home improvement. They're handy with home improvement. I am not on my game today. And the clicker didn't click. Terrible today, terrible. All right. The gentlemen that you see on your screen are known as Gladiators. Now, this group of people are all handymen. They're skilled in various areas of home improvement and stuff like that. So they, electricians, plumbers, landscapers, whole bunch of stuff. Drywall, flooring, the whole deal. These gentlemen came together in response to one event. So Gloria Scott is 72 years old. She lives in Massachusetts, and she's very much on a fixed income. Well, unfortunately, when you're living on a super tight fixed income and something in your house breaks, if it's not essential to your survival, you don't fix it, right? Well, over time, when many things start to break, your home becomes unlivable. Unfortunately for Miss Gloria Scott, finally, the overhead lighting in her home broke. So she finally had to reach out to somebody to fix it, because you just simply can't live without light in Massachusetts, because it's one of the darkest states on the planet. Because that's where the Patriots are. Anyway, so she finally reached out to an electrician, and a electrician named John came over to her house, and he fixed the light for her. This was on a Friday. He fixed the light for her, but he saw the terrible state of disrepair that this poor woman's home was in, and it bothered him all weekend. So, on Monday, he came back, and he told her he was going to do his absolute level best to fix her home for her. In addition to that, he created a Facebook page called Nice Old Lady Needs Help. And through that Facebook page, he recruited local handymen and people who were willing to help out, and they were able to basically rebuild Miss Gloria Scott's home. They gave her new electrical, new plumbing. They fixed her broken down porch. They fixed, crumbling sheetrock walls. They repaired her ceiling. A whole bunch of stuff that needed to happen in this lady's house. She was so grateful. They didn't charge her a dime for it, all from the goodness of their own hearts. Out of that spawned Glorious Gladiators. So now, with over 5,000 members of their Facebook group, these gentlemen go around providing home improvement and home, repair services for families in need all over the area. Really, really cool stuff. Again, every week we talk about this. Sometimes we think that we just don't have the ability to help. We see people in need and we feel for them. We have the compassion, but we just don't have the ability to help. Well, once again, these guys prove that all it takes is a little bit elbow grease and a Facebook page so you can find like-minded people to help you out and you can get it done. So keep that in mind. Yeah. Glorious Gladiators doing a great job out there in Massachusetts. Really, really impressive stuff. Now, speaking of home improvements, the body is home of the soul. And we need to take care of that home as well. Let's see what can help us with that. Bone broth. A staple of Vietnamese cuisine, popularly known in the United States as pho, but very, very common in a lot of other things. Bone broth is being researched at the moment to see all kinds of benefits that it has for the human body. Some of the benefits that it has that we already know about include it provides valuable nutrients that your body needs, like glutamine and collagen. It's pretty awesome. It promotes gut and digestive health. It supports joint mobility. A lot of my friends are veterans, and a lot of those guys are paratroopers or former infantrymen and stuff like that. And almost all of us have terrible joint problems. Well, bone broth might help. It also promotes healthy skin, hair, teeth, and nails. It can even help you sleep better. Well, why does it do all of that? Well, the reason it does all of that is because bone broth is made simply by boiling the snot out of the bones of animals. Right? Bones contain a lot of stuff that's really important. So by boiling them down, you get all of the nutrients out of the bones and the marrow. It's really, really good. Now, a lot of Native American cultures have been doing this for eons, and a lot of, Native cultures and all over the world, Vietnam and Laos, Cambodia, and places like that, they've been doing this for forever. And what's interesting is a lot of those cultures had longer natural lifespans than Europeans did in the same age. And you got to start to wonder, does their cuisine have something to do with it? I think it would be foolish to think that it didn't, right? Natural foods are always infinitely better. Well, most of those cultures also existed on an idea that you use every part of an animal for a lot of reasons, religious reasons being chief among them in many cultures, but also it takes a lot of effort to hunt an animal and to kill an animal and bring it back. Why would you waste any part of something that you put that much effort into, right? So bone broth, nothing new. You simply boil the bones of an animal, whether it be a pig or a cow or whatever other animal you're eating. I've even made bone broth with chicken bones and stuff like that. And it takes all of those nutrients out of the bone and the marrow and puts them into this wonderful broth. And then you can add seasonings and vegetables and stuff like that to it and make whatever you want out of it. But just tons and tons of health benefits, right, that come from this stuff. So super easy to make. Yeah. If you're not a meat eater, if you're vegan or vegetarian, it might be a little bit challenging for you. There are a lot of things out there that, you can use as supplements to get the same nutrients. Be a little bit more expensive because you got to buy them at GNC, and GNC is just overcharging for everything. For you, man. For you. Always leave bones in my green chili. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like anybody who's ever made good green chili out there knows that you start with the bones, right? Like, that's how it works. So, yeah. Yeah, Randy is a really smart dude who comes from Hispanic heritage, and his family knows how to cook some dang food, man. I've been blessed to eat at Randy's home a couple of times. Ooh, they make some good green chili. Yowza. Anyway. Yeah, I know, Jeeves. I want pho now too. And where I live, there's nowhere to get decent pho either. It's horrible, horrible, horrible. But anyway, so consider adding some bone broth to your diet, your eating habits and stuff. There's a lot of benefits from this stuff, and it's super cheap and easy to make. If you don't go to the store and buy cuts of meat, you can always go to the local butcher shop and be like, hey, do you have any bones you're gonna throw out that you'll sell me on on the cheap, and then just boil them up, make the broth into something. I've even made bone broth and just put it in thermoses and drank it, because that stuff is good. All right. Yeah. So that helps the body. But what if I told you you could help your mind through video games? Let's find out. All right, the gentleman that you see on your screen, his name is Christopher Boehm. Now, Christopher Boehm is a United States Army veteran, and after his discharge from the Army, he experienced some depression and PTSD issues. Well, over the course of time, he found that video gaming was a good way for him to deal with some of those issues. He also started doing a lot of research and being confronted with the known fact now that 22 veterans a day are lost to suicide. That's a staggering number. Demographically, United States military veterans are the most likely to commit suicide in the country. Scary, scary stuff. And this is not just something that affects American veterans. Many of my friends are veterans in militaries from all over the world, be it Poland or Canada or England, Scotland, Australia. And they all deal with the same thing. It's a common problem. So Christopher saw that problem and he decided to do something about it. So first what he did is he opened up a YouTube page, which you can find. It's his YouTube name is bayonetxray. And again, when we post the news sequence, that'll be linked in that description. Okay? So bayonetxray. At sunrise every morning he gets on and he plays video games live stream for 22 minutes in honor of the 22 veterans who will lose their fight with suicide that day. During his gaming, he also shares tips for how to deal with depression and PTSD, how to deal with stress. He shares healthy eating tips, breathing exercises, and all kinds of stuff to help you get through your day. Now, he emphasizes that this stream is not just for veterans, it's for anyone who's dealing with that depression, anxiety, PTSD, trauma, any of that stuff. It's really important. On the surface, it may not seem like somebody live streaming video games is going to help with PTSD and depression. But if you tune in and listen to this guy, you'll see the wisdom in there. And his voice is just super calming and soothing. It's awesome streaming. You got to check him out. bayonetxray. All right? Ladies and gentlemen, that is junk in the news.
The Fists of Arkan is the debut novel by author Jack Kiesling. Action, adventure, and personal challenges are the focal point of this immersive book set against a backdrop of war. Deep character development and wide perspectives explore social issues relevant to the real world. Dive in and discover the answer to the age-old question faced by leaders many. What kind of royal will you be? This is a paid advertisement for Jack Kiesling Books and the Fists of Arkan.